Okay, so today is October 30th of 2024, and just going over yesterday's price action. So I definitely kind of messed up technical analysis yesterday, but um, the only good thing coming out of that was that once again I kept my losses to my minimum. Yeah, to the very minimum. I took my stop. Actually, I respected my stop because what I wanted to see is I wanted to see price sweep these lows here, and then maybe we get a draw higher. Um, but after we drew SMT at the intraday afternoon low of Friday, that gave me well, that's when the reversal happened and price started drawing higher. So yeah, I I wanted to get. I actually got short right here or right here somewhere, and I wanted to see a draw into these lows down here, except not these lows, but these lows down here. And obviously, like I said again, it didn't sweep those lows. So after that happened, after that initial loss, I came back for the 11 o'clock macro. 11 o'clock macro did not really. Let's see here. So when I came back for the 11 o'clock macro, we were trading up here, and I didn't really like it, but I actually liked how price after price drew higher here on the 1 hour, we actually closed up here, and same thing on ES. We had yet to close up here, but we did sweep this high here. So once we swept that high here, I had expected price to um, maybe a draw higher because we also had a unicorn here, and this was the 11 o'clock candle here. As you can see here, the body of this candle on the 1 hour closed above here. Same thing here. Actually, it closed pretty high here. So during the 11 o'clock macro, I started looking for SMT to see if maybe we swept these highs or whatever current highs. Because what I wanted to do is I basically wanted to try to catch a quick scalp, right? So 11 o'clock macro here. We started, actually, it was, no, where was it? It was one of these. No, not that one. Was it this one? Ah, right here. Okay, so when I came back for the 11 o'clock macro, I started looking for price to draw higher, to continue drawing higher because, like I said, we closed up here for the unicorn on ES, and on NQ we closed up here when the unicorn was down here. So I didn't expect for price to come back down to this area here because we were already up here on NQ, but on ES we did. And so then I started looking for SMT on the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, we had SMT between this low over here and this low over here. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, between this low and this low here on the 15 minute, you can actually see that this low was swept and this one wasn't. So actually, let's go back in there because I'm getting a little confused. I know it was there. Is it this one? Ah, here it is. All right, my bad. It wasn't actually on the 11 o'clock macro. It was actually for the 12 o'clock macro. There you go. Better. No, actually the 1300 macro. But I did catch one. Darn, I'm actually trying to get it. Actually, it was after the sweep. Okay, let's just go there. Caught a tiny scalp, which was, yep, right here. Okay, so right here. Jeez, let's go to the 1 minute because I'm having trouble locating it. All right, much better. All right here. Okay, here it is, right here. Yep, right here. Okay, so right here, once price swept this low here, and on ES it didn't. What I wanted to see is I wanted to see price fail to close below here, or even the bodies fail to close below constant encroachment of this order block here. Once I noticed price failed to do that, I got long here and I covered into this area here. So a quick scalp going into the 11 o'clock macro. And after it did this, I just got out because I did not want to be a part of it. So I came back for the 1300 macro. For the 1300 macro, I noticed that price was still drawing higher, and I had expected price to maybe draw higher in the previous day high, on previous week high, or previous day high, which is right around here. And so I started watching for the 1300 macro. I started looking for SMT on the 15 minute, and on the 15 minute, I noticed that price drew a higher high here, a lower high, a higher low here, and a lower low here on ES on NQ. But the reason why I liked NQ better was because it was closer to these areas here, and I knew that if price was to draw into those areas, we have the second stage of distribution here, and second stage of distribution is always the fastest move. And so once price drew higher and closed above this area here, this mitigation block, I used this actually this order block here as the breaker. Jumped in right here, drew higher, covered into the sweep of the previous day high. That's right. Never mind. I'm not gonna move there. Covered into those areas there. So pretty good trade. Had in hindsight, this trade right here, I got short right here, expecting what I should have done is I should have waited for price to actually close below this area here. If price closed below this area here, that's when I start hunting for shorts. So in hindsight, jumping in front of the train is never good. I have to wait until that train gets ahead of another one to get in here and use it as resistance. So uh, even I've caught these types of trades before, and I've had luck with them. But obviously, in hindsight, the more logical and safer route is to wait for price to close below this breaker, and then we draw lower. But again, once I noticed price close above these areas here, unicorn, I had expected that. The only other fatal mistake I did, um, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't see it, but I I had seen it, and I had played those types of trades multiple times. Once here, and same thing here and here. So same days there, I played those longs, and actually came out pretty good. But for some reason, I didn't see that here, which I should have. But dumb mistake, whatever. Uh, so the reason why is because we have inside candles here. These are inside candles, and whenever you get inside candles after the stop runs have been taken, because as you can see here, these previous days, liquidity had been taken on both sides of the market, right? Here, here, here with this candle here, inside candle, get ready for a breakout. Same thing here, took out all these liquidity lows here. With this high here, took out this liquidity highs here. And since we are at all-time highs, it does make logical sense for price to continue drawing higher. Inside candle, price does not break this low here, so this setup is perfect. But for some reason, I don't know why I didn't see that yesterday. I should have, because I had caught those types of formations many times. As you can see here, inside candle forms right after we get a run of the lows, sweep of the highs up here. So that plenty of liquidity taken. Same thing here. We took out these. Actually, it was with this one and this one right here. So we took out buy side, all this buy side here, took out all of this sell side here, draw higher, and continuation is logical here. So today I'm expecting continuation. What I want to see during Asia and London is maybe consolidation. Yeah, maybe consolidation, then the Judas swing, and then we get expansion during New York. That is an ideal environment. Um, or I think maybe we continue drawing higher. The objectives for me currently, the objectives on NQ is because we finally closed above this daily imbalance here. As you can see here, 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 here. These are the quadrants of this daily imbalance. So we finally closed above it. As you can see here, as soon as we closed above extreme premium, we immediately rejected that, closed below the low of that gap. But again, we consolidated here, and this does look like a balanced price range now. So I don't expect price to come back to suit these lows here. I do expect a retracement into 50% of the range, which is why I would like consolidation during Asia, manipulation during London, and then expansion during New York. Ideal. If we just continued expanding, no trade for me. But the current objectives for me are the previous day high and the July 17th, July 16th high. We do have 4-hour buy side here. So that's that. On NQ, I do have relative equal highs off of yesterday and the day before yesterday, and I also have relative equal highs at these highs up here. This highs and these highs, so very smooth highs here that price is looking to liquidate here within hopefully today. So let's go ahead and connect. We do have news. Well, we did have news at 8:15 and 8:30. High impact news. We also have medium impact news at 10:30, and we also have Microsoft and Meta releasing earnings today in the afternoon. So we might not get continuation during the afternoon setup. So I'll expect maybe some sort of consolidation, and I like those because if you get consolidation, then during the last 1500, that's when the hunts start of those consolidation stops. So that's what I want to see. I want to see some sort of consolidation in the afternoon, and then I'll hunt for those. So yeah, we're at that imbalance right now. Okay, so we did take out relative equal highs up here. We took out previous day high up here. This is the area where I want to see that so we're at those areas where I want to see the reversals. We have a mid balance here on the daily. We traded into this void here. I don't expect price to trade back into this gap here. I wouldn't want price to draw back into those areas, but I have those drawn there. We are at that unicorn setup on the 4-hour. Let's go ahead and check the so again, we took out buy side here on the 4-hour. I don't expect these relative equal lows to get swept, but who knows? So right now for me, I'm hands off. I'm not looking to, if we get that reversal here, then I'll look to trade long here. We drew below this sell side liquidity here that I was eyeing. Same thing here. Again, I don't expect price to trade back down into this unicorn because price already took out the objective. If we had closed up here somewhere without sweeping this high, then I would expect price to draw into this area and then continue. This one we haven't swept. Well, we did sweep this high, so I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Let's check out and we are at 50% of the range. As you can see, NQ has yet to do so, so I'm eyeing NQ. Let's check out this is somewhat of a propulsion block, only traded into 25% of this range here. Same thing here, traded into median threshold of the order block. Let's check out the 60-minute. We have SMT at the highs between ES and NQ. We drew into this imbalance here. 15-minute, actually it's a 15-minute order block, not CISD. Took out sell side. These highs look clean. This to me was sell side liquidity. I want price to fail to get below this order block here. This right here is the unicorn that I'm watching. No inverse here. This right here, I want this right here to remain open. This right here is a breakaway gap off of yesterday, but we already took out the objective. So that's not to say I want to get in here. What I will do is I will wait until 10 o'clock to see what forms. Maybe we get some sort of unicorn on the 5-minute. Same thing here. I want to see price fail to get below these areas here. Sell side liquidity. This is a 1-hour gap. As you can see, we only traded into consequent encroachment. Let's actually just put it on the 1-minute that way. I mean on the 1 hour. Alright, let's go into the 15-minute. So NQ took out buy side here. Sell side's already been taken, so logically we should be reaching for buy side. And if you are to get along here, the first objective would be to see if price gets above this breaker here. As you can see here, it rejected it. But again, I am watching the 5 hour, the 1 hour more, because this is just a 15-minute. %50 of the range. So we could still maybe trade into this area here, but the reason why I'm using this right here, this low here, is because if you look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour has the move actually started here. The move outside of this consolidation started here during the 10 o'clock news release. But again, I'm not looking. I'd be highly surprised if price drew here. What I will do is I will I'm not trading in these conditions because again we took out buy side here on the 15-minute. We took out sell side. After sell side was taken, we have displacement, right? So because we have displacement, that doesn't mean we're gonna reverse here. That means we're hunting for stops right now, in my opinion. So again, I'm not looking to jump in here. I'm not looking to jump into this falling knife. This right here is 50% of the range. I was eyeing this 15-minute order block. There's also another one down here. So I want to see which one holds if price is to draw higher. This right here is the 15-minute I used yesterday. I did paper trade this one yesterday actually after price failed to get above into previous day highs up here. After it failed to get above here, I got long. I got long right below this area here, with a stop down here because this is where the SMT was, and if price was to sweep these highs, then this SMT, these lows would be protected. Let's take a look at YM in the meantime. And if anything, like I said, I am watching the 5-minute here. So we have buy side here, sell side here, buy side here, sell side here. So nothing yet. Nothing here was swept. Nothing here was swept. So if anything, like I said, I do want to see price maybe consolidate. I want to see consolidation, sweep of that consolidation, then another sweep lower, and then we get to draw higher. If we continue drawing lower, then no no trade for me. I'm not interested in taking shorts today, at least not until we break below this unicorn. Uh, and the close has to be very aggressive. And YM has a head and shoulders actually. That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting. But what I would like to see is I would like to see price sweep that low on the head and shoulders or the shoulders of the head and shoulders on YM, and then reverse after that and continue drawing higher. We just swept by a sell side, but we're still in consolidation, so no entry. Yeah, I don't like any of this right now. 6659. So that'd be like a 7-point stop. About a 7-point stop, yeah. There is SMT between ES and Q and YM. YM did not draw a new lower low. It did sweep the high. Ooh, I like YM. Let's see. MYM December 24. I'm gonna wait until the minute closes. All right. Yeah, I like YM on the 1 minute, but I'm waiting for it to close above that 931 order block. As soon as it closes above, there you go. Come on. Nope, it didn't close above it. It looked like it was about to close above it, and then at the last second it closed below it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it again. Whenever I'm expecting continuation. Um, I either expect momentum to continue or not. In this situation, there really isn't because we have consolidation up here. We're far away from that. I do like that order block though that it's forming. If it becomes turning into an order block. There we go, right there. Okay, so here we have buy side taken. So during the 10 o'clock macro, I would very much like it if we close above here and this turns into an order block. Same thing with this. But who knows? All right, YM is about to close above that. All right, so I'm in 1, 2 on YM, and I just jumped into another one. So I'm in 3 contracts with YM. Which is this right here. First target and the second consecutive targets after that. And again, the reason why I liked it is because I do like the 1 minute here. Yeah. Swept buy side, came down, swept sell side. Now we have the draw higher. My stop is if price closes below these areas here. Ultimately, my stop is down here. So I'm risking about 42 points for 102 points. So a 1 or 2 risk reward, not bad. I'll take it. But again, we'll see what happens here. No, not MYM. I'm looking for ES. Here it is. So far, so good. I kind of like how it's not immediately drawing lower. I mean, again, we are already. Oh, we just hit 50% here. Good. All right, so one hit it, the other one didn't. So as long as price stays above here and draws higher, closes above this order block, then I will consider myself long biased. If price slices through here, then I'll try to catch the second stage of distribution up here to attack these lows down here. Oh no, this reminds me of where was it? Just a few weeks ago. No, it wasn't there. It was right here. Nope, right here. Swept the high, came down and sweep these relative equal lows. On NQ though, right here. Yep, right here. On NQ, swept that high, came only into 50% of this range here. So I'm watching out for that. Yeah, I'm definitely watching out for that. So I'm not going to use this anymore, but I am still watching this right here. This low here is what I'm watching out for now. YM held at a at an imbalance, so I'm still watching that. I'm gonna set my stops now. That way I don't have to worry about 3, 4. So I have about a 40-point stop on that. Yeah, I like YM. Go ahead and take this out, this out, this I don't need anymore. They're both at 50%. I can confidently take all of this out right here. Yeah, I think I'm liking the second stage of distribution here. So this is the drawn liquidity. OTE is right around here. I'm really not liking YM now. It was holding above that 1 minute order block it created at 9:37. You know what? I'm going to take it off. I'm outside of the macro, so what was it? Yeah, I don't like trading YM anyways, so I'll just use YM as the SMT indicator. I want to see some consolidation here before it draws into these lows. Broke this breaker here. I don't expect this one to break the low, but I do expect this one to. Okay. Almost macro. Okay, so we have something here. Wow, I did not expect for this. I mean, this retracement. I did not expect it to be as aggressive as it is. We just traded into this imbalance here. All right, let's zoom into the 1 minute. Nah, I don't like any of this. This could be a institutional order flow entry drill. Let's see how, not there. See how it closes up here. If it closes above, I'm going to give it a shot. And my stop will be this low. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I don't like any of this. So I'll just wait for more structure. I want to see how this closes. We do have SMT at these lows. All right, I'm gonna get long. I really I like this setup on ES and NQ, but it's very risky. So I got long where I don't want to see price come down into these areas. The reason why I really do like this SMT where ES took out the news low and NQ did not. NQ is also at this 1 hour unicorn here. I want to see price now close above this order block here. If price is going to do that, I don't want to see any wicks. Maybe tiny ones, yes, but nothing like this. Candle wicks like, yeah. Again, I want to see price close above consequent encroachment of this gap and even violate this right here. If we get that, then the reason why I'm comfortable doing it is because, again, we do have SMT. We drew into this. It's actually a 4 hour, but I like the 1 hour more. This 4 hour. On the 4 hour, I want to see price close above this area here, but there's also a 1 hour down here. Let's go ahead and add it. That way we have it for reference. Right here. Yeah, this is the 1 hour I was watching. And then I'll draw into these lows here. But that, again, that's because I do believe the draw and liquidity are these equal highs up here. So I do want to see price close above this these areas here. We have 2 minutes till the 1 minute closes. And at 10 o'clock, again, at 10 o'clock, I want to see price above here. There we go. I like that. Yeah, we have nothing but relative equal lows up here. Here, we technically do here, but we had this stop run previous day. So it does make sense as to why it doesn't come back down to these lows. Still no idea. But my first target would be 50% of this range, which would be the high up here at 69.25. Let's have one ready. All right, so I have one at 69.25. That'll be like 7 points. One more minute and I'll see, we're already way above this 5-minute inverse here, and we're about to close above here. That's a good sign for me. Oh, okay. One was taken already. Perfect. So covered one up here. Next objective will be this high here. Then the last objective will be this high here. But again, I want to see price draw up here. We do have a tiny void up here. We swept buy side first on the 5-minute, then we swept sell side, all of this sell side over here. Even the news low, SMT with ES and NQ. Looks like NQ is the weaker of the two. I would like for NQ to close above here, going into the 10 o'clock macro. Again, at 10 o'clock, I want to see price close above this area here. We traded into 50% of this range here. I like this. I like how this one did it. I think it only by a few ticks it joined to this unicorn. Let's take a look at the 1-minute here. Okay, so we do have, nope, not yet. This is right here. IOFED, breakaway gap here. So again, I want to see price close above this area here. I do not expect price to come back down to this low. Maybe trade back into 50%, but that's it. This is like a 15-second setup where buy side was taken. Now I think it'll come down to these lows here. I'm going to take one, and my stop will be that low. Let me set it right now before I regret it. 11:25. Let me take it at 11. All right, so if I get triggered, good. If not, then perfectly happy. It'll be a 21-point stop. All right, so now that we have this close up here, we have change in state of delivery on YM. It's just too much to. You know what? I'm gonna take one. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna take that chance. I just don't like it because again, the 4-hour closed, very bullish. As you can see here, this imbalance here closed above consequent encroachment of the gap. But the reason why I didn't annotate this gap is because it's pretty wide, and whenever I'm annotating gaps, I always take, most of my trades are always below 50% of the range. And on the 1 hour, there's a gap down here. Same thing for this 50% of the range. That's why this gap was here. I think this trade is going to be long all day. It's probably going to last me. But as long as I see what I want to see, then I'm okay seeing that. See, we have this inverse here. And this gap here. So if anything, I think if we do sweep these highs up here, we come back to rebalance this imbalance here. We have a tiny little void here. And then you know what, I'm going to take it off here. Yeah, I'm going to take it off. No, I'm going to stick up here because these highs up here are relatively equal. Ideally, I would like, before these highs are swept, ideally I would like for price to retrace back into these lows here, because then that would allow for the 4 hour to maybe develop some sort of like a small wick. As you can see here, we completely rebalanced this imbalance. We even closed above it. We have this new day opening gap up here. I didn't really annotate it because I'm bullish, so I do expect there to be some resistance here as well as this breaker here, but I do expect these highs to get broken. Yeah, see, I was about to put in a buy order there. So now let's stick to the 5 minute. That way and if anything, I want to see price close above this area here. That'll give it a change in state of delivery on ES as well. I mean on NQ, because we already have it on ES. Again, ideally, I would not like for these highs to get swept until after this area down here gets rebalanced. Maybe we are. There we go. That's beautiful. Where's OTE of this range? It's up here. Decisions. Yeah, I'm going to take it off at OTE because I think what's going to happen is we sweep this high up here. We come back down into an afternoon setup or 11 o'clock setup. We rebalance this imbalance here. We did leave some relative equal highs up here. I want to see what it does at this breaker here. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. Now we have 5 minute change in the state of delivery here. Yeah, so again, this is that breaker I was talking about. I want to see price blow through here. We have an inverse. As well as this gap. If it breaks this high, then we have market structure shift, and that makes it even a stronger case. Because if you look at this right here, we traded into OTE. Closed above the median threshold of this gap here. So yeah, I'm going to take it off here. If we break above here later on, what I want to see is I want to see price 60 minutes better. Hold above this breaker block here. And if that happens, then I hold my my trade. But again, that all has to do with how the hourly closes if it gets up to this areas here. Actually, let me put my sell order 79.75. There you go. This is the trade, by the way. Let's go back to the 5-minute. Three more points. That's all I need. I would like for price to close above 50% of the range here, even if it doesn't, get above. Oh, never mind. Did I get it? Jeez. Nope, didn't get it. Come on, one more. Just a little more. Come on. All right, so we closed above that. That's pretty good. Come on. Wow. It doesn't want to. Two more ticks. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm completely out on that. Well, not out. Still have one more contract. The last contract, I want to leave it up to this high here, which will give me another 20 points, about 30 points total. So now the plan remains. I still want to see price retrace, and then we get continuation. ES, I want price to retrace. No, it's actually right here. No, I'm going to leave it alone. My stop now on this one, original entry was at right here. Wow. Kind of wide. I'm going to put my stop at break even on the last one. The idea is to uh, see a retracement and then a draw higher. But I do think that happens during the 11 o'clock macro. If it doesn't, and we sweep these highs, then I want to see consolidation and then continuation into the afternoon. And if we get that, then I am most likely going to add to this position to catch the high of day. Again, bullish, inside day, draw lower, does not sweep this low, higher. So I do expect price to close above here. Even up here, actually. I'm going to hold on to this as long as possible today because I'm already way in the money. And I don't think price comes down to these areas. If it continues drawing higher, then we're good. The only thing I don't like though is NQ is having trouble getting above 50% of this range. So, I mean, we do have displacement balance range here where we have displacement lower, displacement higher. So this is a balanced range. So if anything, I wouldn't mind seeing price trade back into this this imbalance here. Maybe a little bit of this imbalance here, but not this right here. This down here is a breakaway gap, and I would not like for price to come back down into this area. Same thing for ES. I would not like for price to come back down to, well, most likely this area here. Again, the reason why I got into this trade was because of this right here. This to me is a institutional order flow entry drill. Okay, so if anything, I do want this boy to get to get filled, but it has to be at 50% of the range. And there's plenty of confluence here. Let's take a look at the 1 minute on YM. Swept the highs up here. Now it needs to sweep lows. So we're way past the macro at this point. So at this point, I'm not looking for an entry anymore. Ideally, what I would like to see is I'd like to see consolidation to continue. I do not want to see the breakout just happen just yet on NQ. If it does, then good, because that just means that order flow is very bullish and price is likely to draw up to these highs, and then later on during lunch we get consolidation, and then during the afternoon session, we have continued expansion. But yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.